Sir Cliff Richard, born Harry Roger Webb on October 14, 1940, in Lucknow, India, is one of the most enduring figures in British popular music. His family returned to England in 1948 after Indian independence, and the young Cliff grew up in modest surroundings in Cheshire, Hertfordshire. Immersed in post-war Britain, he discovered American rock and roll, especially Elvis Presley and Little Richard, which sparked a lifelong passion. This passion transformed a young boy into a musical pioneer, eventually becoming the UK's answer to Elvis and a symbol of British rock and roll's emergence long before the Beatles took the world by storm. Early breakthrough and Move It. By the late 1950s, Cliff Richard was leading a cultural revolution in Britain. His debut single, Move It, released in 1958, is widely recognized as the first authentic British rock and roll song. With its raw guitar riffs and high-energy rhythm, the song established Cliff as a powerful new voice in music. Backed by his band, The Drifters, later renamed The Shadows, he quickly became a household name. Their combination of Cliff's smooth vocals and The Shadows' instrumental expertise created a distinctive sound that defined early British pop. Hits like Living Doll and The Young Ones followed, cementing his teen idol status. Sustaining relevance amid the British invasion. While many contemporaries faded with the rise of the Beatles, Cliff Richard adapted. His clean-cut image and versatile voice allowed him to transition from rock and roll to pop ballads and gospel music without losing credibility. By the late 1960s, he experimented with a softer sound, producing hits such as Congratulations, performed at the Eurovision Song Contest in 1968, where he finished second. Despite shifting trends, he remained respected and relevant. His ability to balance mainstream appeal with artistic exploration showcased his adaptability, allowing him to maintain a career that bridged generations, a feat few artists have managed in the constantly evolving music industry. Resurgence in the 1970s and 1980s. Cliff Richard experienced a remarkable resurgence in the 1970s and 1980s. Songs like Devil Woman, We Don't Talk Anymore, and Dreaming brought him renewed success. He remained a fixture on radio and television, constantly reinventing himself while retaining his wholesome persona. Unlike many stars who relied on controversy, Cliff's career was grounded in professionalism, passion for music, and Christian faith. This combination earned him respect far beyond entertainment circles. Even as musical trends evolved, his audience grew with him. Cliff's longevity became a hallmark of his career, a rare example of consistent popularity spanning multiple decades without sacrificing integrity or artistic sincerity. Faith and its influence. Cliff Richard's Christian faith, embraced in the mid-1960s, profoundly shaped his music and career decisions. His spirituality inspired several gospel albums and infused his work with a moral compass that resonated with millions. He maintained a clean public image, opting for kindness and humility over sensationalism. His faith influenced not only his artistic choices, but also his interactions with peers, fans, and the media. For Cliff, music was a vehicle for expressing values and uplifting others. This commitment to authenticity and decency set him apart in an industry often driven by scandal, allowing him to achieve both commercial success and enduring respect. Career achievements and legacy. Cliff Richard's accomplishments are staggering. Over a career spanning more than 6 decades, he has sold over 250 million records worldwide, making him one of the best-selling artists ever. He is the only musician to achieve a top 5 UK hit in every decade, from the 1950s to the 2010s. Honors include a knighthood in 1995, making him the first rock star to receive such recognition. Awards like the Ivor Novello and Brit Awards acknowledge both his musical achievements and charitable work. Beyond accolades, he represents perseverance, professionalism, and class, a rare example of a lifelong career unmarred by scandal in a volatile industry. A private, personal life. Despite decades in the public eye, Cliff Richard has maintained privacy and personal focus. Never marrying, he devoted himself to music, faith, and friendships, splitting his time between homes in the UK, Barbados, and Portugal. Fans and colleagues describe him as punctual, prepared, and respectful. His humility and dedication have endeared him to generations. Even in later years, Cliff continues to tour, record, and engage with fans worldwide. His performances are not mere nostalgia, they celebrate shared musical memories. Each concert reflects his gratitude for a lifetime of support, showcasing a performer whose love for his craft remains undiminished. Later albums and ongoing relevance. In November 2013, Cliff released the fabulous Rock and Roll Songbook, a spirited tribute to the golden era that shaped his career. The album reached number 7 on the UK charts and earned gold certification. He followed this in 2016 with Just Fabulous Rock and Roll, including a virtual duet with Elvis Presley. Both albums celebrated the music that inspired him while demonstrating his enduring energy and talent. Later releases like Rise Up in 2018, Music, The Air That I Breathe in 2020, and Christmas with Cliff in 2022 reaffirmed his creative vitality. Cliff continues to chart in the UK Top 10, proving his music transcends generations. Meeting George Harrison. Cliff Richard's reflections on George Harrison reveal a deeply personal friendship often hidden from public view. They met in the early 1960s when Cliff was already a star and the Beatles were emerging. George, a quiet and introspective musician, admired Cliff's professionalism. Cliff noted that their first encounter backstage in Liverpool showed George's shyness, but also hinted at his depth. Over time, a mutual respect developed. Despite different spiritual paths, Cliff's Christian faith and George's exploration of Hinduism, they found common ground in seeking peace and truth. Their friendship was defined not by fame, but by genuine human connection. Admiration for George's humility. Cliff admired George's ability to step away from the spotlight. While Cliff remained a visible performer, George could retreat to his home, meditate, and simply play music for himself. Cliff found this humility inspiring and sometimes enviable. He recognized the courage it took to prioritize inner life over fame. Their occasional reunions at charity events and industry gatherings were reminders that true artistry involves more than public success. Observing George's dedication to peace and personal fulfillment influenced Cliff's own perspective on life and music, reinforcing his belief in authenticity and balance, both on stage and off. George's legacy and its influence. After George's death in 2001, Cliff felt a profound loss, describing it as deeper than expected. George's pursuit of inner peace and his musical contributions had a lasting impact on Cliff. He admired George not only as a Beatle, but as a man true to his spirit. Cliff believes that George's emphasis on peace, love, and spiritual integrity is a legacy often overlooked in today's music industry. Their friendship highlighted that artistry and spirituality can coexist. For Cliff, George remains an enduring source of inspiration, demonstrating that fame and personal fulfillment are not mutually exclusive. Reflection at 85. Now at 85, Cliff Richard looks back on a lifetime of music, faith, and friendship with gratitude and honesty. His reflections on George Harrison reveal admiration, deep respect, and a recognition of shared humanity. Cliff's own career, spanning more than 6 decades, mirrors these values: dedication, humility, and a desire to uplift through music. By sharing memories of George, Cliff offers fans insight into the quieter, spiritual side of a fellow musical legend. Their connection, forged in authenticity and mutual understanding, stands as a testament to how relationships can transcend fame, ego, and even differences in belief. Conclusion. Enduring legacy. Cliff Richard's life and career are remarkable for both longevity and integrity. From pioneering British rock and roll to exploring personal and spiritual themes in music, he has remained relevant across generations. His friendship with George Harrison reveals the depth behind the public persona, a quiet, enduring bond rooted in mutual respect and shared values. As he continues to perform and release music, Cliff demonstrates that true artistry blends talent, faith, and authenticity. His reflections, especially about George, remind us that behind every legend lies humanity, connection, and the pursuit of meaning in life and music.